And welcome to the Down Under Mastermind call for the 10th of September. And on our call tonight, we've got Chris, Gerard, and Merilee from Perth. Welcome.
Hey guys.
How's it going?
Good to be here.
Great.
Cool. Good to see you. We'll hand it over to you now. Take it away.
No, yeah, because we'll just take out all the PowerPoint slides that we prepared and run you through everything.
Yep. or you can just talk to us.
Okay.
Yeah, how's everyone doing? Like,
how's their business? Like, how's their marketing? Like, how's everyone doing, really? Anyone got any questions that we can answer?
Yeah,
I guess it'd be like a Q&A session. That'd be great.
Yeah, just shoot away, ask us questions, ask us what our secrets are, and we'll just tell you guys everything.
Big boy.
What are your secrets?
Secret. What is
our secret?
That was Mary. She's quite new to you, SFM, I believe.
The secret is their secret, pretty much.
And yeah, you've heard that so many times before, but really, actually no, I'll give them a secret.
What is the secret?
We can give you.
Generate leads. Generate lots of leads, targeted traffic, and spend 80-90% of your efforts there, playing around there, and doing that consistently, and you'll get paid.
Do you want to give them a quick rundown on, because we've got a lot of new people on the call, give them a quick rundown on how long you've been in, how fast you went, and just what you've been up to, as in your story.
No problem. All right. So we'll start off with Chris.
Yeah, so I joined SFM 2013. I think it was August 2013. And I was in SFM for a good 12 months. I was positioned at elite and I went to gold. So I was at the gold level. I wasn't getting consistent results, but I was getting a couple of sales here and there. I upgraded to black in April and I brought Gerard on board as well. He started at the gold level and we actually partnered up October last year, and it wasn't until after the Momentum Day in Sydney where we started getting some drastic results.
Cool. All right, so I'll talk about how I got started. We actually started separate accounts. So, and the thing was, Chris started about, 8 months before me? I started last March 2014, and I was very skeptical. I was an accountant at the time, and just because I had no passion for my accounting job, I was just really fed up with it, and always looked at what Chris was doing as a scam, and I didn't give it a chance. That wasn't until one day I had enough. I saw Stewie Ross on a beach with his laptop and stuff like that, and he caught the eye, and I decided to have a look into it. And
we made a couple thousand.
And it wasn't until Chris made a couple $1,000 sales when I was, working really hard in my job, and I couldn't, he made my monthly income in like overnight, and that kind of, I was like, all right, I'll have a look at this. And so I got started, positioned at elite, then gold, failed miserably. I was spending over half my paycheck every month into marketing and not getting anything. So I think like for 3-4 months, I would have spent like $5,000 of my own paycheck and only generated like 2 apps and a member. It was really, really bad. And I actually believed in the system so much. And I was just like, you know what? We're going to make some big change. I want to do this full time. And I was actually so stressed from my job that I was like, I can't handle all this doing it at once. I know it's said that you just work around and doing it with your job, but I was just like, you know what? I know that over the next 12 months, if I quit my job and spent 100% of my time on this business, I knew in my heart that I could turn this into a massive success. So that's what I did. I actually went to the bank, got a loan, made sure I had enough savings up for 12 months of living so that we had the chance to just spend full-time hours on this and really make it work. And then, you know, if worse came to worse, 12 months down the track and we weren't where we wanted to be or failed miserably, I could always walk straight back into that same accounting office and ask for my job back, because they were reluctant to let me go. They said, there's always a job for you here, but I knew my heart I was never going back to the 9 to 5. And then, so October 2014, Chris and I partnered up. We started at black level because Chris sold his property. And we had the finances as well, the bank loans to launch right into marketing. And we knew that we kind of just knew that we'd figure shit out if we spent enough money and really believed in ourselves. We didn't have much training doing the platforms we were doing, but we were kind of just, you know, winging it and just, you know, spending money and seeing what works. And we spent a lot of money first couple of months, wasted about another $7,000, $8,000, wasn't it? And I think we only got...
We wasted a lot of money, yeah.
Our first month...
First 3 months, actually.
First month we got 1 member. And that was a clawback. So, you know, that was pretty bad. Then November we started getting a little bit of traction, of course, because we were spending money. You're going to get a little bit of traction.
10 apps, 9 clawbacks.
10 apps, 8 to 9 clawbacks. Our faith was dying. You know, we were losing lots of money. And then we went to the Momentum Day and picked up a few gold nuggets from a few of the other SFM members. And our 4th Facebook ad accounts got shut down. And we thought, you know what, let's shift over all the advertising to YouTube. And thank God we did, because literally the morning of Momentum Day, I changed a couple of little settings in my YouTube ad, and we started getting an app every single day for December. And that actually turned into our first $10,000 a month just from that small little change. And then from there, we scaled it another 10K in January, then 20. And then Merilee got made redundant.
So I'll explain that.
Yeah, you better go and explain that.
Yeah, so I was pretty much a late bloomer. You know, I was a very skeptical person when they first started, of course. I was still doing my 9 to 5 job, and, you know, I enjoyed it. You know, it was aligned with my degree, and I thought it was great. But, you know, the hours really took its toll on me, and I saw these boys really passionate about what they were doing, and I just never knew a lot about it to really make a judgment. But I was very skeptical to begin with at first, because I just really never knew what it was all about. So these boys ventured out doing this business, and, you know, as much as I loved what I was doing, it was just very stressful. And then suddenly one day I just got made redundant, and it was at that time I was just so sick of constantly exchanging my time for money. And it was just at this same time that these boys were venturing out and doing this business as well. And, you know, I really did have 2 choices, whether I would go back and find another 9 to 5 job, but I knew I was so sick of it and I just wasn't fulfilled, or I'd look into, you know, doing what these boys are doing, you know, have a look further into it, see if it is for me, because I just wanted another venture. I wanted to, like, really be my own boss and do something for myself. So yeah, I looked into this, and I just see how much they evolved, they've changed, and the results that came through from that $10,000 month in December really just had it for me. You know, I knew this was
we were on holidays at the time.
Yeah, we were on holidays at the time, and we made that. So
and that was actually December was the most we didn't work on our business yet, the most we earned.
We were very hands off as well. So when I saw those results, I knew, well, this definitely has potential to make a decent income to replace 9 to 5 jobs. Looked into, you know, the training, really did extensive research, and I knew this was just legit. Everything about it was legit. And yeah, I ventured out with the boys. We built this business, and we never regretted it since. We've worked on it really hard, and now we're lucky enough to say that we don't have to go back to a 9 to 5 job, and we can be our own boss, really. So.
Yeah.
There's a lot of new people out there, but if you just come into the system, you really do have to believe in the system and all the tools, all the trainings, all the community, because it took me over 12 months to start getting, like, consistent results and really good results. And in that 12 months, it's good that we're all a nice, tight community, but, like, you got your dad and you got all your mates and you got all your naysayers saying, what the hell are you doing? Yeah. It's a scam. How come you haven't made any money yet? But you have to keep that belief. Yeah. And we went back to the blueprint about 4 times. Yeah. And we failed our way forward, like October, November. were terrible, but it never deterred our belief at all. So you've got to believe in the system.
Yeah.
If anything, it kind of pushed us harder to make this business work with the amount of failures that.
Everyone who's new to this, and they'll probably see us like we're all happy and enjoying our lives because we've set up this amazing system. But no one saw behind the scenes, like when I was failing with my job, and then our early failures. Like literally, I'd be rolling around on the ground crying, like nearly crying, just really stressed out on what we're doing with our life. Like, was this the right decision? And we put ourselves through a lot of personal development to really have that mindset to be like, you know what, nothing's going to stop you. And you got to have that belief, like you got to just keep persevering. And those people stick around long enough and around the right people, the right community, the right tools, training and system. It's only a matter of time that it would all connect for you. And then it's funny, once you start getting the results we got, I actually looked back and I was like, wow, we wasted a lot of time doing things that didn't matter before, when really it's simple as just generating targeted leads and lots of them, and then scaling your business. So just to let you know how we scaled, we went from 10K in December and January to 20, then to 30 to 40, and then we did that $80,000 a month.
110,000 Aussie.
It was like 110 grand Aussie in our bank account, which is really, really handy. And to be honest, guys, once you get to that level, it's so easy. It's like, it's just looking at your marketing campaigns every day, making sure your costs aren't, you got to know your business model. You got to know where your break-even points are, where you're positioned, how much you can afford to market, and see, what's returning and depending on what level you're on. And as long as your costs are within that range, the business just works itself, and you don't even have to do much with it. And the other reason why we do work on business is because we love it. And it's a chance for us to connect with people, chance for us to connect with our subscribers, help them in any way we can. And it's the ultimate.
And like we try and be creative because we already know what works within our business, and we scale that. We only have to focus on that maybe an hour, 2 hours a day, and the rest of the day it's really just finding other ways to provide value to other people. So, doing things like a video series just to our subscribers, explaining what a lifestyle business is, or just small things like that. That's what we love to do, and that's what we find generates results as well. Just providing as much value as you can to your list.
And Anthony, I think, what was our change to go to YouTube? Well, we started on Facebook. That's where we did 2 months on Facebook and spent around about $6,000.
We got 4 pounds ban
US
as well.
dollars, and it wasn't until we got our 4 account ban, and it was in Melbourne, where we picked up a golden nugget from someone who said,
who was it? It was Campbell McPherson. Yeah. I was talking to him over a couple of beers, and I think it was mentioned Lee and Tammy made an absolute killing off the keyword Tony Robbins. And so I was like, ding, ding. Yeah. And I went to the room that night, just before we went for drinks. In the morning. It was the morning before Momentum Day, and I just went to the settings. We were currently at the time just targeting Robert Kiyosaki and Tim Ferriss and stuff like that. And then I just went, Tony Robbins, see how that goes. No one else was doing YouTube marketing at the time, so we're getting dirt cheap leads that were converting gangbusters. And long story short, that keyword we rode for 3 months and did over 6 figures with it from one campaign.
It was one campaign, one keyword, and that really just generated heaps of leads for us.
Yeah, and you might be like, oh wow, they're giving us the keyword, and that's the secret. But go out there, try Tony Robbins, you'll fail, because
a lot of competition out there now.
What happens with your marketing is, if you're the first mover and no one else is doing it, then that's a vein of gold. Like, you found a gold mine. Yeah. That's what we did. Like, no one was on YouTube. We found YouTube. We started marketing on YouTube. We got all these results, and all of a sudden, we started telling everyone else. What's everyone else? What's your secret? And we started telling people, and then costs rose, and other people were saying this doesn't work, when in fact it really does. Yeah. So you just got to be the first mover and think outside the box. Like Marie Santos, she did it. Yeah. It's with anything really. Like, opportunity is massive for those who find it first. You find a vein of gold, you dig it all out before someone else gets there. That's what it's like. But there are so much gold out there. You just got to have the balls to go out and find it. And then that's all we're doing every day. Like,
we could overnight triple our ROI if we wanted to turn off all those bad campaigns. But we keep testing. We're like, no. We want to just keep testing with our budget until, you absolutely, because we have big income goals. Like, you see it, we've talked about big income, but we're talking like $100,000 a month kind of stuff. Like, you got to set your goals really high so that, if you don't achieve it, but you still, you still make progress towards it. And, if you don't hit it, but you still aimed high, you're still better off than you were. So, that's our story.
Yeah, so just keep testing, guys. And
Test.
Yeah, one day you will find your gold mine.
Yeah, and we're always like, right, once that keyword wasn't returning, we would look at the data. It's the best thing about when you're spending money, you have lots of data.
Mm-hmm.
We would go for really obscure keywords, and then everything that we did on YouTube just seemed to convert. So that's how we run our business. We're always looking for different ways to market, but we kept it really simple, like using the
Very
same
simple.
video, same landing page,
Same
campaign,
one keyword for one campaign.
Yeah,
To
simplicity is key.
Yeah.
Simplicity is the lead page that we send all our traffic to is terrible. It's got Stu's head half cut off,
but it still makes
but
leads.
it still converts.
Yeah.
At roughly 30-40%, which is good enough for us. And as long as we're banging in leads for less than $20 on YouTube at the black level, you're going to be in profit. Like, depending on your targeting.
Stuart's always like, pick one strategy and stick to that one strategy. And we're on YouTube. We spend like $1,000 on some campaigns and get like zero apps, no results. And other people might spend $50, say they got nothing, maybe like 2 leads, and then they'll just completely stop it.
Yeah.
Like, you got to pick one and you have to master it. So if you want to do YouTube, Facebook.
For example, like, I went after the keyword, I think, entrepreneur. I don't recommend it. It's very broad.
Very broad word.
As the short end of it was that I spent like $200 straight away, but we only got 2 leads, and one of those leads went to member and went to a lead. So, like, you got to weigh it all up. Like, it's just got to go. We go with a lot of our gut feel as well. We're like, this should work, and we're in the luxury. You're in the position now, once you've scaled your marketing, that you can afford to write out your testing and things like that. But it is important at the start that you get your budget up, and then you stick to that budget, and you be really, really diligent on your marketing, because you can't really afford to fuck up at the start. So, any questions, guys?
Yeah, Chris, what's that around your neck, apparently?
Awesome. Necklace. You silver.
No, you're going to fluff.
It's a little fluff. It's part of his jacket, guys.
I'm trying to impress your ex.
Can I ask a question? Neville, you're in Melbourne. Thanks, guys. It's great. What can you walk us through what your actual YouTube ad looks like? Like what is it? I don't want to know the words, but like just roughly what it looks like, and what the video looks like, and what's in it, and what attracts people as far as a video, other than say on Facebook, because I was on Facebook as well, and I got shut down as well, and I'm just sort of starting a YouTube campaign, and not getting much success. Obviously, what I'm doing is not that smart. So I'm just wondering what your YouTube ad looks like.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to actually type in a keyword, and hopefully our ad pops up.
But all we do is, like, we don't use our own videos.
We use Stu's video.
We leverage Stu's video. Yeah, that's what people want to know, is what the hell is a 6-figure
Right.
mentor.
Yeah, that's it basically.
Yeah,
so you don't.
We're just affiliates of the 6-figure mentors. Once they opt in, they will get the video series, but at the same time, they'll get to know who we are.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I came across it. Like, I saw Lee and Tammy's ad, and I saw Stuart Ross, Jay Kubzak went through the bootcamp videos, and then I started putting the dots together, who the hell Lee and Tammy are, and they were living this wicked lifestyle, leveraging this system. So all we do is leverage Stu and Jay, and that's what I suggest everyone else does. Really.
And specifically, we do use the Pedalo video.
Yeah.
And that just
that
redirects to a landing page. We did actually customize our own landing page. We don't use the one at the SFM. And then from there, we just promote, 7-day video series. they subscribe on our list, and then from there we gradually introduce ourselves. So the first email would be, you know, thank you for subscribing. Here's the first video, and by the way, this is who we are and what they're going to expect. So at least they have an idea as to what's happening and who we actually are.
If you're starting out, all you have to do is use a Stuart or Jay video, a video that you like, and go out there and market it and try and get leads for around $5, $6, $7. That's a simple.
Okay. Yep.
Just need to find the right people.
Yeah. So there aren't actually any videos of you got your faces on a video telling them.
No ads.
We've got our own YouTube channel, videos of us.
Yeah, but that comes later, doesn't it?
Yeah, we drive traffic to those videos through our email broadcasts. And actually, we've actually had a lot of sales as well from people like, say we're advertising Stu, they don't click on the ad, they'll click onto our channel instead. And then they start going through our videos and they're like, I know Scott Dempsey's not here, but he actually said that he went all the way to platinum. Well, not because of Stu Ross, but because he found my video channel, my video channel, which had my video challenge on there and everything. It made it more real to him, and then he said that's what sold it for him. So yeah, you can get traffic just because people like go to your channel instead. And if you personally branded your channel, it's just going to make them all, they're going to connect the dots a lot more.
Yep.
So yeah, that's the way we do our marketing. It's just like, yeah.
Our next phase is leading in with us. Like we've used Stuart, it's dying down a little bit, trying to find more veins of gold. And that's something we would look at doing our own videos and leading on the front end.
Yeah.
But definitely if you're starting out, you're a brand new affiliate, people will want to know Stuart more than you.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. Okay, thanks. Yeah.
No worries.
See you in Vegas.
Oh, yeah, we cannot wait. So soon.
Yeah, a couple of weeks. I'm
The first time
picked up my tickets today.
Fantastic. Whereabouts are you staying?
Yeah.
At the Treasure Island, which is, I'm not quite sure where it is, but yeah, that's all I could afford. But it looks good.
Yeah, that's
Probably only spend 5 minutes there, I think.
Don't think that we're filthy rich. We pay ourselves a minimum wage.
We do,
And
still.
we're scaling this like into something really big. So when we, hit $110,000, don't think that we went out and bought a nice car and that. We just paid ourselves minimum wages to live on. And
we paid ourselves a little bit.
Majority of the times, like 80% of the money that comes through, we're just putting that back in business and just scaling it every month.
Or-
And that's why we're generating.
We leave a big portion of cash in the bank, just for like, because it is a business. Like you just have to prepare for the worst, and that's what we do.
That's our buffer.
We have a good buffer now, but we do want to scale this into something big, and we're just getting by, not living flashy, but still being able to afford comfortably anything to be able to go on holidays, things like that.
So someone just asked if we embedded a Stuart and Jay video onto our landing page. Well, currently at the moment we haven't. We just redirect them to a simple landing page from what is it? Not my lead capture.
The lead pages.
Yeah, lead pages, but we're trying to make that more compliant now because YouTube is getting very strict and they kind of caught us out on that landing page. So we're just trying to customize that, but we haven't actually embedded a Stuart and Jay video
If
yet.
you're marketing Stuart as a video, say on YouTube, you don't really need a video on your landing
You don't
page.
want to duplicate that.
But if you're on Facebook or something and you've got some written text, then maybe your video is a good idea. So
Yeah, you got to think of the context of how
you just want an email.
your visitor got to your web page. If they've already watched a video, they're nearly sold. Like they just want the information
You want that extra push.
they're already very warm. They don't want to watch another video on a landing page. So if they visited your landing page after having watched a video with a call to action, we reckon that it's better just to send them just something that's simple for them to opt in.
Yeah.
So you get them there, not put another video in front of them. And
Yeah, the landing page
potentially
can
lose
simply
them.
just, involve or just highlight what they're going to expect. So what is this video series? Just really make it so simple for them. And you also have to make it very compliant if you were looking to advertise on YouTube. There has to be navigatable and a lot of information there.
Yeah,
for them
it's
to
different
understand.
if your advertisement was only a text advertisement that had very little information. Of course, you have a video on your landing page would help more because they want to find out more. So, yeah, it depends on the context you're coming from. How do you embed it?
How do you embed it?
Right. Well, it depends on what you're using to create your landing page.
Yeah.
If you're just using simple lead capture, it's a simple process of getting the embed code from YouTube, depending on what video you would like to use. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so
Everyone?
when you go on YouTube
Yeah.
video, there's an option that says embed. You just get that code, copy, paste it. It's as simple as that, really, to your landing page.
Leanne, you asked about personal development, and did we do anything besides Landmark? Okay, so we
Six-figure mentor's got all the personal development we need.
It
Like,
does.
I didn't even know what personal development was until I came into SFM and then downloaded J.A. Cusack's podcast, and then I heard about Robert Kiyosaki, and from there, yeah, SFM introduced everything to me to do with personal development, and we actually ended up doing Landmark because I went to an SFM event.
And then we did the advanced Landmark, which was really powerful as well. But the main reason we did Landmark, the main reason I wanted to do it anyway, was to give me enough balls to quit my job, because that was really scary for me. And to own that decision and own up to my dad and really confront him and say, I'm taking control now, like that kind of thing. So we resolved all that, which was great. Do you use V-Roll? We don't use V-Roll.
Or do we use Crush It, actually?
We don't use V-Roll or Crush It.
Yeah.
We gut feel marketing.
We honestly to advertise on YouTube, we just I just went to YouTube, clicked on advertising, and it gives you step by step what to do. And then we wasted a lot of money on stupid settings that we could
have just ticked off.
but you learn, like that's how we learn, just by doing it. We actually did our we do both, but we did our first 6 figures all from InStream.
We didn't even know it was an industry.
We didn't know what InStream or InDisplay meant. So,
you just got to test both of them, really.
Mm.
Yeah. Test InStream, test InDisplay, make sure your cost per lead isn't too much, and roll with it.
Yeah, I'll say though that InStream is usually more expensive than InDisplay. I found it's about 30% more expensive. But the best thing about InStream is if you find a vein of gold through an InStream ad, you can scale the shit out of it. So with InDisplay, you got to wait for search traffic to come to your video. InStream, it pumps your video out to the relevant placements and keyworded like interests and things like that. So if you find a good InStream ad that converts well, that's how we were able to scale very, very quickly, because we had a few InStream ads that were just working.
We think about InDisplay ads just as like banner advertisements on YouTube. Like Stuart, I think how Stuart made his millions. He had 10 banners doing 10 leads a day on autopilot. If you find a really good InDisplay that spends, $10 to $20 and getting you cheap leads, and they're good leads that later convert, then that's a good place to start with InDisplay. And it's all on autopilot.
Yeah, if I was starting out and you don't have much of a budget, definitely just do InDisplay.
Scale the shit out of it.
And scale the shit out of it.
Did we copy and paste to videos?
So did you copy and paste to videos? I'm not sure what you mean
What
by
is
that.
that?
Ben?
Copy and paste to videos. I don't know.
I've been unmute
Sure,
yourself and
means.
ask.
Sorry?
No, he's asking.
If he unmutes himself, he can talk and explain it better than trying to type it out.
Yeah, Ben.
How are you? You hear me?
Is it like, how do we do that video into your campaign?
Did you copy and paste, like if you weren't using V-Roll or the Crush It system to copy and paste into like the Tony Robbins videos and things like that, did you manually do it?
All we did, if you see a video on YouTube that you like, you can actually download it onto your computer.
Yeah.
No. He's talking about targeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. So I get it. Here's the thing. I know with InStream, it's just a matter of picking your placements, your best videos, and things like that.
We do it manually.
But what we found was that just by targeting by one keyword and telling YouTube that's the keyword we want to go after, YouTube would do all the work for us. So YouTube would be showing our ad in stream to the best videos that we'd like to go on anyway. So that's the way we do our placements. We don't manually do them, but I will say, once we have enough data, we can see we've had like 10 conversions from a certain video. We actually have a separate campaign where we copy the URLs of all those high converting videos and just lob them all into that campaign. And that's always our best performing campaign. So the more you market, the more you can keep growing that best performing campaign. And over time, that's the one that's just going to run your business.
Yeah, we just assess all the placements like within a week or 2 weeks. We look at, which exact video within that keyword is generating those many leads. And then we actually manually get that link and put it into a separate campaign. So like you said, we have like a campaign that's just filled with our really high converting placements.
And you probably heard this saying, 20% of your marketing actually gets you 80% of the results. It's so true. And what you want to be doing is increasing that 20% over time just by putting that best, changing that formula around, and then all of a sudden you just absolutely.
There's so many ways that you can scale it on YouTube, not just necessarily keywords.
So basically, you're split testing as well.
We don't actually split test.
We just use.
No, we don't do any split testing. No. We've just gone with
we
one
stick
video.
To one landing page, one video, one keyword,
something
or one
we gotta do
campaign.
and test and try out. I guess.
Fairly simple.
We do everything very simple, and that's why I didn't know what your question was, because I've never done the crush it or the V-roll, so that's why I didn't kind of know what you were asking.
I did go.
Thank you.
Oh, we went through it. It was just a bit complicated.
Yeah,
we just really did not
simple.
want to overcomplicate it within,
Like we get like Greg and Fiona and Strong and Bird trying to pick our brains, but we just keep it very, very simple, the way that Stuart does his marketing.
Okay, what do we use to track our ad results? I wish we could rely on AdWords, but you can't.
Yeah.
That's where we actually made a massive marketing, I would say $10,000 marketing mistake, because we got really scared one day, and I think when costs all of a sudden jumped like $10 conversion to like $20 conversion overnight. And that's only because our pixel was wasn't working properly, and we didn't realize it at the time. So we panicked, and we ended up outsourcing it to a consultant who blew up our budget. He spent way too much money, didn't return any results. Oh yeah, you got us results. I think our bad month was a break even. So
that's still bad.
That was the worst for us, really.
Yeah, but lesson was learned. So what we do to track our results, unfortunately, is very, very manual. We just use Excel.
Yeah.
So it's all about tracking through Aweber and just doing it manually. How much spend per day on that particular campaign? How many leads per Aweber, not AdWords? And there's always like a 30% difference in what AdWords tells you compared to what Aweber. And we realised that if we just done it manually from the start, we would have
saved so much money.
We wouldn't have panicked.
We made over 200K with no tracking.
Yes,
and
no tracking at all.
No tracking. We didn't know what we were doing, and thank God we started these Excel spreadsheets, so we actually know how much a campaign is spending, and we know exactly how many leads it gets.
Yep.
Because AdWords is completely wrong every time, and you can't go.
Can't rely on that, really.
So you just got to do it manually. It's a simple spreadsheet. Get how much your campaign spent. Log into Aweber or your Gmail. See how many leads you got for the day or overall, and divide your cost by how many leads you got, and you'll get your cost per leads. And
it's crazy how we did do over $200,000 without tracking it all. It was just okay. We're spending money on all these campaigns, and we seem to be getting sales. So we had no idea where the sales were coming from. So
we can have like a template of our Excel, like just a template, but it might be a little bit complex.
When you got a spreadsheet. It just looks ridiculously stupid. It's
but it works for us.
Complicated. I hate looking at it. Like,
but it's a big task because we've got so many campaigns out there. I outsource it, so I showed my outsourcer how to do it, and he sends it to me every day. So it saves me doing it.
Yeah,
but it's easy if you're starting out. You're only doing 1 or 2 campaigns at a time.
Yeah,
it should be pretty simple.
How many campaigns do we have?
Oh, right now we've got about how many campaigns out? Active ones?
We've got about
Yeah,
we got over 20. We've got about 30 campaigns, but when we got all our results, we had 1 or 2 at a time.
4 max. We
4
had.
maximum campaigns, spending all our money. Yeah.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Anyone else want to ask a question?
No, they just want to know the tutorial on Excel, but that's pretty basic, isn't it?
Okay, I'll give you a bit more information how we do Excel.
Yeah.
Basically, you can set up, you know, with Aweber, you can create a custom sign-up form. That's going to be your tracking for whatever ad you're doing.
Campaign.
So if you're creating a custom, here's the thing, if you're using SFM landing pages, you can just use a link generator and you'll know where they came from. Because we don't use SFM landing pages, we have to create custom sign-up forms within Aweber and then embed them onto our custom landing pages. And what we do is, because we advertise on YouTube, we just duplicate, copy a video on YouTube, put a different customized link in there, and then we know exactly when we get a sale, an app or anything, what keyword, what campaign, where it came from, which is really, really good to know now.
But if you want to keep it very, very simple and you're just starting out, I just generate a link in my link generator in SFM, and then when you get a lead, you can track it all in my tracking stats.
Yeah.
And so you will know how much you've spent, and then all your data is pretty much there in my tracking stats in SFM. That's the easiest way to track, and it's very accurate.
And we don't do any advanced Excel formulas. It's all like, you know,
Divide by
times, divide, you know, drag, drop. There's no like if, sums, things like that.
Yeah, so.
Can I ask one while you're thinking? It's Neville again. How often do you broadcast to your list, and what sort of stuff do you generally tell them, or you know, is it just random stuff, or do you always just keep pushing SFM, or do you have a bit more of the positive side of it? I mean, the personal side of it as well.
We model it on, you know, every one in, I think, 3 or 4 emails we just blatantly promote SFM. That's like a pitch. But the other emails is just mainly lifestyle kind of emails and the benefits of running a lifestyle business. And we don't immediately include call to action in those, but we do hyperlink certain words within the email that they do get clicks and sales all the time. Because people just, you know, when it says like, oh, because this allowed us to start a business and live life on our terms, we just hyperlink that word, and
it would be like a subtle pitch. So like we would, you know, kind of give them a lot of value. So 3 days worth of value. We send them either through a blog or even to a video. So we make lots of videos and send them through to our subscribers. And then the 4th email would be them, like, this is the medium, this is the platform that we use to generate, you know, this income. Yeah,
you got to think about like you got to think of what your position is on SFM. How are you selling it? And our position from the very start, you have to make a big call on how you're going to market this. Are you going to, you know, like our position on it was
similar to Lee and Tammy.
Like we are modeled Lee and Tammy because we came through Lee and Tammy. So they really sold Chris into black, and we're just like, well, what triggered that? And it was all we were saying was, great, we're affiliates of SFM, and all we do is leverage their system. And so and
that's how we earn lots of money and do lots of travel.
Yeah. So you know, it's really, really basic stuff, and we know that if we send our subscribers on you know, updates on traveling and things like that, even if it's just to say hello, they just appreciate it. And they're always keeping track of you. That you'll get some subscribers who have been following you for a long time, who suddenly convert down the track.
They quite like, a lot of our subscribers quite like situational emails or situational videos. So if if we somehow, we're like in, for example, Bali, and we're like by the beach, we'll actually take a video there by the beach, give them a little bit of value, but then make it very situational. Like, you're sitting here in the beaches of Bali, blah, blah, blah.
Tell a story.
Yeah, tell a story, you know, kind of show them a problem that they can relate to, give them a solution. That's where you introduce
Neville, have
the
you
SFM.
done the video challenge?
He has.
Yes, I have. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
so that's awesome. Being able to just tell a story.
Yeah, very helpful. Yeah, fabulous. Yeah.
Yeah, and you gotta, when you speak to your subscribers, speak to your ideal customer. You have to have your ideal avatar, address before you even send an email, because you don't want to speak to everyone. Obviously, you just want to speak to that one person. And to be honest, like sometimes we've gone wrong by letting the skeptics really get to us sometimes, and we kind of just ended up deleting, making sure any unsubscribes what we got, we never saw, so it never affected our emotion. And what we do is just make sure we speak to that our best customer. And our best customer, we hear them on the phone. Like, our best customers, they're in the black community. You know, they're not entitled. They're amazed. Like, they're just normal people like us guys. And when you talk about normal things, they get it. Like Chris.
When I write about an email or something, I'm writing it to a business owner, someone who wants more freedom, more time, more monies, and that's who I pretty much write my emails to. So that's who you just got to think about who you're writing to. I'm not writing it to someone to buy a $29.95 application and expect the world at their feet.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
And then
we understand we're probably going to scare some people away with it, but we've seen enough now with the traffic and the leads and the sales that there are certain types of people we don't want to sell this to. So we'd rather not have their money because they really do hassle you, and for no reason.
Yeah. So Neville, just mix it up with your emails. You know, one day you can write a blog, send them to a blog. One day shoot a video. One day promote the SFM. It's good to mix it up, not just have entirely one same format or one same layout.
I haven't know sometimes if I'm hungover or something. Just so I'm being real. Or
they just want to see authenticity. You being real.
Yeah.
Great, thank you.
They can relate to that. So.
No worries.
Thank you.
Okay. This may come as a surprise to everyone, but we probably have the worst stats out of everyone in SFM. We just
lead every stat.
Like, honestly,
our open rate is like. The bootcamp series, what's our first?
Oh man, I have to look at it. You get like a good 40-50% opening the first one, and it dies off from there. But with your broadcast and everything, if you get over 10%, that's wow,
really good.
What the hell happened there?
Really good.
If you've got a list of 10 to 20,000 people, then 6-7% is really, really good.
Yeah.
But don't get discouraged by like people not opening emails. Like when we ask other people their open rate, it's always better than ours.
Yeah, ours is, I think right now, ours is around 7% or only 6% now. It's just keeps dying down. But we keep in mind that 6% of over 10,000 people is still 600 people, and you get a couple of those buying an application. It's volume. That makes sense.
Mm.
And our best open rates are like 80%, and that's our contact with our SFM members. When we broadcast to our members, our actual SFM referrals, then they're your best customers. They're the people that you want to be talking to, and then we do broadcast to them, 3-4 times a week as well, just to let them know, what's possible should you choose to upgrade to elite or above.
Yeah, so we segregate, subscribers, and obviously you segregate that to members, elites. So it's all very customized when we send them an email.
Yep.
Mm.
Here's a question for you guys, just out of the blue while I think of it. With your SFM business, do you only, are you only looking at introducing people to the membership, or have you guys actually tried to segregate the tools like the digital business lounge and the graphics creator and stuff like that, and how to go at, broadcasting those to the unresponsive people on your list and stuff?
That's actually something we haven't done yet. We
trying to sell that.
We kind of hammer our lists with SFM, and when I say hammer, I don't mean like blatantly promote it, but it's just linked to SFM all the time.
Yeah, so you're more about the memberships and stuff. So you haven't even given a go at trying the unresponsive people on your list with one of the tools in case you could pick up a couple of sales there.
Great, something we should think about. Good idea.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. I mean, yeah,
No problem. Just have it.
that's a good one.
I just thought I'd ask in case you had, because some of the others, are interested in possibly making a little bit of extra cash off of the tools to help fund their marketing budgets.
Absolutely. That's a really good idea. You should always, if people aren't opening your emails, you might as well try something and tell them something.
Yeah.
Because, they're not interested in SFN. And don't get deterred, guys, if people aren't interested and unsubscribe. It just means they weren't right.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
you filtered them out.
once you get your best customers, you make good friends with them. It's amazing once you know your perfect avatar. And if you constantly think of them and not think of all the skeptics and all the questioners and all the people who doubt it and who really, feel entitled to getting the world owed to them for $30, it's like, no,
This is not for you.
yeah, straight tell them.
Geez, where do you find those? Most people I meet think the world owes them everything for nothing.
Yeah. See,
Everything's free, man. No. I wouldn't be surprised if they walk down the Mercedes dealership and go, no, the car's free.
That is 99.9% of the world, to be honest.
yeah,
0.1%.
that's who you're speaking to. I mean, that's why there's only 3% conversions and stuff.
Yeah.
Massive. That's we're relying on a high ticket business model. So obviously you want the best. That's why Stuart promotes it. It's your best customers are high ticket customers. That's why it's the best business model to be in. You don't have to deal with those people.
Yeah.
Depends on if you're only an app or a member and you're selling, that's all your income's going to be, then different. But if you're looking for the back end, then you know who you're talking to straight away. Who your real customers are.
Yeah. I was having a chat a couple of weeks ago to a young bloke. He's a car salesman, but he only sells the top of the line Mercedes-Benz, the luxury models and the sports models. Yep. And I was having a chat to him, and it's quite funny really, because he has been taught to have the same psychology as what we have with the SFM, because we're selling high ticket, so he doesn't care about the guy who comes in and wants the second-hand knockoff job. That's not his job. He just pawns them off onto the other salesperson who just wants to carve out a paycheck, and he goes after the guys who are interested in the cars that he wants to sell, and that's all he focuses on.
Yeah, and that's such an important point.
SFM is the most premium, pricey product out there, and there's a reason that the prices are that high, is because it is the best, and they're the people.
It is the most sustainable as well. So.
Yeah, definitely.
We are the Ferrari of all cars out there.
Which countries?
I suppose Tony Robbins would be the Lamborghini, wouldn't he?
Oh,
we're better than Tony.
Which countries do we advertise for?
We stick to the top 5, like nearly in all our campaigns, and we're only just starting to branch out to
South Africa.
Places like South Africa, Singapore.
Well, the thing is, we always stuck with the top 5, and we weren't getting our cost per lead were going up, so we wanted to try something new. So I've got campaigns that weren't spending much, and I'd do my research, like just richest countries in the world, richest cities in the world, and I'll add like 15 different things to them, and they're actually our cheapest leads. Haven't got any results because we've just started there, but you will get cheaper leads if you're advertising in places like Singapore, South Africa, Hong Kong. I've even tried a couple of European countries, United Arab States as well.
We've had a few elites and upgrades from South Africa, and
everyone's going after the top 5. So if you want to be different, then just try it.
That's it. Try another vein of gold. So just test things.
Test it, and I reckon you'll get a better cost per lead, and then just write it. See if they do upgrade in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For example, even something different. Not many people do it, I don't think. But we actually spend a lot of money on mobiles as well, which we didn't used to do. But I got this nugget off Strom and Burr, the guys from Sweden. But you can actually get leads at half the cost or quarter of the cost as desktop leads. They don't convert as high, but they're a really good way to get an audience, build traction, and you do make sales. So mobiles is a good place to play as well.
For cheaper leads.
For cheaper leads. You just need to change a few of the settings.
Top 5 is getting expensive, yeah.
Yeah, top 5. Yeah, it's getting really expensive. YouTube's getting expensive.
There's a reason it's expensive because everyone's going after it. So try something different, and then these countries have never seen the offer before, and yeah, you can get a lot cheaper leads.
Yeah.
Target countries with like lots of money, or cities with lots of money.
Do research. Yeah.
You got to do your research first. Yeah, it's a simple Google research, I guess.
Luxembourg.
I don't even know where that is.
Qatar.
Sweden, Qatar.
United Arab Emirates.
And they're our best campaigns at the moment.
Yeah, they actually are. Yeah, it's really cheap at the moment, which is good. No worries.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
What about, other than obviously the income, how do you guys keep yourselves going and motivated all the time? Like, do you struggle with that, or does that?
Not at all.
All good?
No, not at all. No, we jump out of bed.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
It's
The
not
first thing we do
so
in the
much in
morning
winter
is-
because it's cold. But
Where's our phone? The first thing, because it gets bloody
Yeah.
exciting. Every morning we wake up, there's at least 3 Stuart Ross emails there, and it's pretty
Yeah.
good enough to sleep. So,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
that's
That
enough
motivates you.
That's enough to motivate
Yeah.
me. And I know it's not all about the money, but money's good. I like the money.
Yeah, but there's many things that you can keep yourself busy with, in terms of providing value, such as like doing these webinars. Like we did one just previously a few weeks ago. Something like that, or
and yeah, attending
creating a
webinars
video series,
keeps
for
you
example,
motivated.
keeps you busy, keeps you motivated. It's just a
Balance
win-win
goals.
situation.
Seeing members who you referred make their first sales or high ticket sales, we get so much more enjoyment out of that.
We do get quite a lot of one-on-one phone calls as well, so that's what keeps us busy as well throughout the week. We like to be up close and personal, talk personally with.
I think motivation was a big player at the start of our journey. Our first year was spent on personal development, podcasts, motivation, and then what you got to understand that you do need that once you're crawling through all the crap. But there comes a point where it's like, right, I get it. Got the mindset. The mindset's all there. It's just take action, get into action mode.
Look at yourself.
And what gives you motivation is that you just took the action. That gives you way more motivation.
Exactly, because there's no other way around it. You're there now. Go for it.
Yeah. I think Jay's you get the motivation when you actually do the thing that you didn't want to do or something. That's when the motivation comes. Or something like that on one of his podcasts.
Yeah.
But I've listened to, I think, all the elite webinars. I would have listened to every single webinar in the back office.
We never lose motivation because we're so passionate about SFM, how much it's changed our life. And if we can share that with other people, that's all the motivation that I need.
And we do get excited when we travel, that's one of our biggest driving forces. So
It's always got to be there.
Yeah.
Because I think the big thing that we all fall into, like you hear all these motivation things about, just take time. It's just time is on your side. Just wait until you'll get there. But you hear all that from the motivational side, but in reality, you just want the results to happen now. And when they don't, when there's a misalignment, you just that frustration kicks in. And so I suppose that's where the question was coming from.
I think a big thing is that we're all attached to the outcome, and when you get really attached to the outcome and you're not there yet, you're putting your happiness in the future.
So focusing on the present as we speak.
Yeah, so you should be just focusing on enjoying the journey and
exactly. Yep.
focusing your motivation and happiness in progression
within that time.
Same with weight loss. A lot of people, because they haven't got to their ideal weight, they haven't. They're really kicking themselves, and then they'll go into an eating binge or something. It's all about just making those small improvements, seeing the healthy habits you've adopted, and all of a sudden, because you've done the profit-producing activity, you've created those solid habits. The results just come. Like it's no piece of luck involved. It's like because I was doing the work, and I wasn't attached to the outcome, more attached to the present moment. What can I do today instead of where I'm not at right now? That's going to really frustrate you. And it's human nature to be frustrated, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yep, for sure.
A good book for that is actually The Power of Now.
Eckhart Tolle. Yeah.
Man, I listen to that, you know, lots. He really, gets focused.
I'll just keep, seeing there's no other questions coming on, I'll just keep asking if you don't mind, but, you know, all you other guys throw me off, but can you just talk, I'm positioned at gold, so can you talk about like what the benefits are and how you felt positioning at black or, you know, platinum or something like that, just to, you know, obviously for the obvious benefit of there's, you know, there's a lot more commission that you get at that level, but, you know, what other benefits have you had, you know, positioning at black, and how has it changed?
Yeah. I reckon the best value for money is gold, like by far. The amount of value packed into that package with what you actually get, hands-on kind of stuff, that's the best stuff. Then jumping to platinum and then to black, they're massive, massive leaps. I do feel the products are really amazing. We have got value out of them, but I will say gold was the most valuable in terms of resources, tools, and the money you pay for it. The platinum event, we did one last November. That was transformational for us. Like that was, if you haven't got to one of those and you're platinum, you need to go to one. It's gonna give you that. It's gonna give you a sense of I get it, and you know who you are, and you just need to market that once you. Because a lot of people they just don't know. They're so like not misguided. They're undecided, indecisive on how they want to market SFM and how they want to position themselves. Where that will give you a lot of clarity on why you're doing this and all that kind of stuff. It's really, really, really good. Jay's passion, that platinum incubator. We're yet to experience the full value of the black because we haven't attended the black retreat. But we will.
Mexico, yeah.
Yeah, awesome. But at the black level, they're really, really doing some great things there now. They're doing weekly webinars with some of the top members. Stu and Jay are getting heavily involved, and they do webinars from time to time with us. And it's more about the environment of just being around other people who have invested, you know, are in that same kind of playing field. You know, you just all think alike, and I think that's where, you know, that's why how black is positioned. It's like you mixing it with us.
With the big boys, yeah.
Thinking on that level because they've invested, you know, $30,000-$40,000. It's huge.
Yep.
Similarity.
I reckon our platinum incubator, I reckon, was a lot more transformational for me than Landmark was.
Yeah.
Like actually sitting there listening to Jay and the way he structured all of it, I got a lot more value from SFM than I did from Landmark. And Landmark's one of the biggest transformational things that anyone's ever done.
Yeah, but you're coming to platinum in Sydney, so but it's actually very similar. Like some of the concepts. I mean, a lot of the leaders like Jay and the Satori brothers and things like that, they base a lot of their learning from Landmark, and they are very similar. Like you are not your mind. Like it's all relevant. We are not our minds, but we're not our thoughts. It's crazy, but we are. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I recommend you guys to attend the Landmark Forum.
Yeah,
it really is transformational, guys. So.
I think go platinum and go to the incubator.
Or platinum incubator, or both.
It's more value.
Yeah.
Anyone want to talk about marketing or budgets or anything?
Congrats, Rex.
Good.
For the opt-in.
Congratulations, Rex.
Good vibes. At which point did you upgrade from Elite to DEA?
You guys go all the way.
Well, when I first came into it, I went Elite, and then
within 10 days?
I think they structured it different then. I bought an application, bought a membership, bought Elite straight away. That's how much I wanted it, and that's how much I saw the value. Pretty much just from all the boot camps. That
Chris actually quit his mining job after purchasing an application.
Yeah,
what?
I don't suggest it, but very, you know. I heard stories that Jay quit his job and this was it, but I didn't know the big financial investments that budgets. And
Chris
things
ended
like
up
that.
having to go back to work again.
Never lost that vision and things like that. But yeah, anyways, I went from elite position at gold. Back then, you could pay it off in installments, and I wanted to be at black, so I went ahead and sold my first property that I ever bought, and found the funds to go black, and the rest is history.
Guys, can I ask a question?
Yeah, keep going. Yeah, go.
Go for it, Anthony.
Yeah, thanks. Look, I'm so glad I've tuned in tonight. I've learned heaps. I'm relatively new. I've only been in with SFM for the last month, so it's mind-blowing, kind of, if you remember that far back. Can I just get you to return to positioning, because that's something I'm grappling with. I think I've identified how I want to position, but what were some of the factors that you took into account with that? And apologies if you've already covered this.
First of all, the reason I wanted to be positioned, we get tons of value in all the DEA products, but leveraging the commissions, like I bought a black membership and we've sold it over 6 times now, so we've made our money back like tripled our money. So if you're going to take this as a serious business, I position as high as possible to get your maximum commissions. Plus, you get all the value pack that the product actually is.
I think we initially, because Chris went gold, I went also gold, and the big reason for doing that was the one-to-one mentoring. It's like, I want to be mentored by people with the results, people who have done it. They're there. I know if someone's going to tell me what to do, I'll just do it.
Especially if you're brand new. Like, it was so good being gold, being brand new. You just call up your gold mentors and they take you through the simplest things. They pretty much hold your hand through the whole process, and you can just book in as many calls as you want. So that's why we say gold is the most value packed, simply because you get the mentors.
And the events. I mean, if you won the last Founders Call, it's going to be unlike anything they've done before with Las Vegas. Getting the
information-packed event.
Yeah, so we're really looking forward to all the gold nuggets there.
But yeah, it all depends on everyone.
It also depends on your financial circumstances, obviously, as well, and how resourceful you can be.
I couldn't afford gold. I couldn't really afford a leaf.
No one has the money. It's just about how bad you want it, really. Like, who has 20, 30 grand laying around? Although some people do. We had a black member who is he on here? He's a Kiwi. Is he on here?
What's his name?
Kelvin.
No.
He just had tons of money and rang us up and wanted to, he just said, no, this is cheap for me. This is great. Well, he found it and just went black straight away. We want more of him, but it really depends on your circumstances and how bad you want, how resourceful you can be. You can do Marie Santos and just work your way up. It depends.
Okay. I positioned at gold, so I'm glad I did. Kind of what my question was about, though, was you said earlier about how you actually want to sell or promote. So it's actually your unique selling proposition, if you like. So you used Anthony Robbins, I guess, as your selling proposition. That's what I'm grappling with. So what will my voice be in order to speak to my audience? I think I know what my audience is, but how did you guys go about determining that? Like, what's the best voice, or what was the best voice that you used to reach the audience that you wanted to reach?
Right, okay. So I wouldn't say that we positioned ourselves using Tony Robbins or anything like that. It's more about, how are we going to market this product, like what's our position on it, and we really marketed the product as a system, and that a system that you can use to increase your passive income. And systems is what we always talk about. We actually a lot of our broadcasts come from Robert Kiyosaki principles, and we just apply it to SFM. If people know about Robert, they love it. If they don't, they just get information and they're like, wow, that makes sense. So we marketed it as a system more than an education, didn't we? I think so. Yeah. We obviously say you get the education, but a lot of that's when people ask us questions, then we'll say, yeah, you actually get an education, blah, blah, blah. But on the front end, it's always, this is the system we use. And if you go to our website, Lifestyle by Design, it's like there's a tab there, the system.
Yeah.
It's like, this is the system. So we come from a background of, we know a big selling point is just making money. So we're not afraid about talking about making money.
Being transparent about it.
Yeah. Anything else?
So is that what you mean by a unique selling point?
Oh, okay. And then for our target audience, we knew originally it was males between 25 and 35. You know, we wanted to come across as straight shooters, very similar to how Stuart started his, because we're in our mid-20s. So we're speaking to that guy who's probably been just like new to the workforce, or been there for a couple of years, and they just know it's not for them. So a lot of our marketing has to do with being unfulfilled with doing our jobs.
Yeah. And there's a problem. We used to have the problem. Here's the solution. That's pretty much how we sell.
Yep.
The people we want on our list, you know, your Tony Robbins, all the personal development gurus, people looking to change their life. And this is just the solution.
Yeah. There's a lot of the motivational stuff with Tony, and we've spoken to a lot of them. It's like they give you a lot of like high level kind of guidance, but there's no. It's like, okay, all right, I got it. I got the motivation now. I need, like, what am I going to use now to use what I've learned from Tony or whatever? And they're like, here, use this system. Like you like, it's now time to monetize all this that you've learned.
Yeah, that's a really good explanation. That's helped a lot. Thank you.
No problem.
So, yeah, Sandra's asking, do we just solely use YouTube, or do we use other platforms? In terms of paid advertising, YouTube is probably our primary source of generating leads. But we do use Facebook for more brand awareness, you know, promoting the lifestyle brand. And we do get quite a few free leads from that avenue as well.
Yeah, they always say pick one strategy and master it. That's why we haven't gone off and done other things. Like, why? What's the point of us trying solo ads and Twitter?
We are still currently trying to master YouTube. We haven't fully mastered it, but we are still learning, focusing on it still.
We've done solo ads in the past, but we all started with solo ads. Chris got his first gold sale from a solo ad, so that's pretty cool. I mean, we got another, you know, app member from a solo. Chris did in 2013, just the other month. You know, they were just on our list. So, a lot of people badmouth solo ads, but we're like, no, like, if you test it enough, like, we never really gave it a go. It was wherever you choose to spend your time, and obviously master.
Everyone's going after the make money crowd with their solo ads, like opportunity seekers. Like, that's where you shouldn't be. You got to do your research before you pick a list who you're going to promote your offer to, really. And the only a big thing, or why I like YouTube as well, is that you get normal people. Like, people don't expect to be advertised to on YouTube, or they didn't used to anyway. I was talking with Lee Overy, and we're like, yeah, you know, you just get normal type of people watching videos that you're interested in, and they've never heard about making money online. So it's just a whole new thing for them. So I think a lot of people mistakenly try to target people who have already been trying to learn for a long time, whereas we're talking, we do most of our marketing talking to people who are completely new. They have no idea how it's been done before.
Yeah.
And that's how we position it. We do get a lot of people who have been trying to affiliate marketing for a long time. If they get on the phone to me, I'll just tell them, look, this is the reason why people fail, because they can't, you know, they're trying to drive traffic. They don't know how to build a list, and then they haven't got the high product line on the back to recover their advertising costs. So it all makes sense to them. But most of the people we target are people who don't have any idea about any of this stuff.
Just like we did when we
just like ourselves. So yeah.
Cool. Anyone else want to ask a question? It's all good.
Nope.
Anyone else?
Come on, guys, take this opportunity. We don't get one often.
It's almost dinner time here.
Well, we hope to see most of you guys at the Melbourne.
Yeah, definitely get to Melbourne.
That should be fun. Hopefully,
It
we'll see
will
all
be.
you guys.
If it's anything like Sydney, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. I think a big thing you need to really drill into yourself is the whole belief thing. Like, obviously, when I started, I was very skeptical. I'm like, who the hell is going to buy a product worth even elite membership, I was trying to get my head around who's got
It was
enough
like
money to buy that,
Yeah.
let alone a black. And that was just a simple, it's a simple mindset shift. And once you know that there are people out there that do pay big money if they believe it's going to get them where they want to go,
It's just a matter of targeting them.
you need to believe that they are out there because they are.
Yeah.
No worries.
So I hope to meet you in Vegas.
Oh, cool. Going to Vegas.
Oh, like from Perth too. That's good.
Fantastic.
Yeah, she's just new, I think. Come on in the last couple of weeks.
Oh wow, coming to Vegas.
Well, we should do we definitely we should definitely have a hangout in Perth. We have like another group on Facebook, the Perth
Down Under
group, the Perth one specifically.
Yeah, we have a Perth one
where we sometimes organize catch-ups with the SFM crew in Perth.
Yeah,
should do that.
I think a lot of people might look at us as well, like we're really good at email marketing and do increasing conversion and stuff. But I think it's like people oversee that. All you have to do is get the traffic part right. If you're generating leads, quality leads, the rest will look after itself. That's it. Like
you just got to make yourself up a business plan and pretty much stick to it. So you got to come up with your marketing budget. You got to come up with your forecast cost per lead. How many people are going to upgrade, and really stick to your plan and adjust your plan throughout the months.
Always at the end of the month, review your plan. Like, did this happen? It's like, no. Okay, well, what went wrong?
Yeah, and like, did you meet your end goal? What's like kind of held you back?
Yeah, we did
assess
a plan last year before we started. We are not where we wanted to be at this time, but we've still done pretty well.
Our worst case scenario is that we made like 400K or something, and what we've done nearly 300. So we're not even at our worst case scenario. So, but we were very realistic on based on setting this up as a business.
What Jay always talks about it. You just got to know your numbers. It's just a numbers game at the end of the day. It's a numbers game, and then you generate the leads. You've got the system, and then to increase conversions, you've got your website, you've got your email broadcast and things like that. That's just to increase conversions.
But yeah, number one priority, guys, is to generate those leads. So that's really the focus, the sole focus you should be into.
Yep. And even if they don't convert, at least you've got a subscriber list, and it gives you an audience. And how much better does it feel writing a blog post, shooting a video when you know you've got an audience? It's so much more fulfilling.
And maybe like down the track, they'll tend to listen to you and then have that belief. So you never really know. As long
you got
as
to give yourself
list.
credit. You got to know that the people on your email list see you as an authority figure. They have no idea about anything else. They look to you.
At the end of the day, you guys know something that they have no idea on that can potentially change their life. So you just have to think of it that way. Providing them that solution that they've never known before.
Yeah,
really.
Definitely.
So it's a very simple business model when you get your head around it.
It's not easy. Obviously, it's not easy. The hardest thing is to start, once you get momentum, it's easy as well. Simple and easy. But you have to be willing enough and be good enough up here to know that, it's going to work. And if you persevere for long enough, it will become easy.
Yeah.
Like any business, yeah, absolutely. Got to work at it. Yep.
Yeah. Definitely. Cool.
If we've got no more questions,
You got any questions, Robbie?
no, I'm fine.
Are those all your bicycles, Robbie?
That's what we
We're just asking about it.
There's 4 of them are mine. That's all right. So yeah, we'll call it a night. Thanks for coming on, guys. It's been great having you. You're welcome back anytime you like. We're here every Thursday. And we'll see you in Melbourne.
Yeah,
Yeah,
looking
I can't
forward
wait
to
for
it. Looking forward to seeing all you guys in person.
You're in Vegas.
And in Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
Kind of out those weeks already, so
Yeah.
getting close.
Thanks, guys.
No
Thanks,
worries.
guys.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Have an amazing night.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.